Come in.
Hey,
Oh, good to see you again.
good to see you.
Now that you have your drink, let's continue what we were doing yesterday.
Okay.
First of all, I've got some questions for you.
For me.
Yes, and I made a list here.
Okay.
What is the white object that framed you yesterday? You were sitting there, and people will wonder what that white object is.
That's the Emperor's bed. That's where the Emperor lays sleeping.
The Emperor lies sleeping.
Lies sleeping, yes.
All right. And you do remember the mirror on the top.
Yes, I do. I thought that was very showbiz.
And you've never slept in that bed.
No, I slept in that.
All right. Let me ask you some questions. Who is the inner circle?
Of your inner circle? That's your sons, your close people, the people that matters to you.
Okay, and son number 5?
That would be me.
In 1999, who enrolled you at Thomas Edison High School, or junior high school?
That would be you. You are still legally my guardian still.
The principal allowed you to call me to complain about one of the teachers. Do you remember what that was about?
No.
Did you take a beeper to school?
Possibly.
Well, we arranged for you to get it the next day. And by the way, I scolded you, and the principal liked this.
Liked it, yeah?
Liked it,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
When you were in London, I found that you were in somebody's bedroom and you were living there. Who was that?
I think you're talking about Taslima when we were in London.
All right. And do you remember we did walk around London?
Yes. It was very cold.
Do you remember who was with me from Connecticut?
Fernanda?
No.
Sorry?
No. The lady with me was she was a teacher in my English department.
I don't
So,
remember.
and her name was Anna Warm. Now she's one of the inner circle also. So there are the 8 kids, 6 boys, 2 girls. But she and her husband, Michael, were also in that inner circle. How do you pronounce your cousin's name?
Full name? Just a nickname. Full name? Sotoshini Bhalobasha.
Again?
And it was very difficult. Taslima picked this name, and it has a strict Bengali meaning to it. I don't know what that is, but it's Sotoshini Bhalobasha.
When she went to Peter Stuyvesant High School, I was the guardian.
Yes, I do remember that.
And it was so difficult for me
To even pronounce it.
her
Yeah, I think
name.
she changed it now, which is good for her.
Right. Do you know where she is right now?
Yes, she just came back. She had the whole fall semester in India. And
Good.
she was studying about that.
Study.
Yeah, study abroad.
In 2011, I got a happy birthday from you. Where were you?
I was still in Bangladesh then, Dhaka. Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Do I pronounce it correctly? Dhaka?
It's very American, yeah.
When did you change your name from Sharid?
When I got my, well, technically or theoretically?
Technically.
Well, technically I changed it when I was granted my citizenship. Theoretically I changed it when I was living with you.
Thought so. Now, I mentioned my dad's having been a baseball player. I didn't go into it in detail, but he was playing third base for the Chicago Cub farm team out in Portland, Oregon. So presumably they had a winter site, Oregon, where it's not, the weather is pretty nice, and then there's the rest of the year, Chicago. And he was third base. Now that was in the 1910s, and he had a batting average of 400. Is that good or bad?
That's very good. That could have been almost 700 now, given the latest bats and technology of...
Well, his job was to scout every state west of the Mississippi, and he was looking for potential Chicago Cubs. Well, I looked it up. He was 5'11", and he weighed 180 to 185 pounds. That's basically what I've been weighing, 180 to 185. I have his voice, but when he first saw me hit a baseball, he said to my mother, "Ruth, we'd better buy him a piano." That was his way of saying that there was no hope. He had dark brown hair and brown eyes. Now, during the war, he received 2 Purple Hearts. He was hit in the thumb and he was hit in the big toe. And in one of the 2 occasions, they took him to Buckingham Palace. And the Queen then was Queen Mary. That would be Elizabeth's mother. And as she was walking down the aisle, saying hello to the various people, when he was at the end, she made a turn and she said, "And young man, where are you from? Where did you come from?" And he said, "Saskatoon." "Oh," she said, "you're one of my boys." Well, he didn't say that he was an American citizen. He simply said he had come from Saskatoon. There he had been babysitting or elevator sitting grain elevators during the winter because they were snowbound.
So I could probably bet that you never met the Queen, right?
No, never met the Queen.
So your dad has met the Queen.
He had 2 Purple Hearts. Purple Hearts. Were you a ball boy?
Yeah. Remember you used to take me there?
Yes.
In the Bronx. Yeah.
So you were about how old then when you were here?
I was, 16, 17.
I think so. How did you were a ball boy, but just for a short time?
Just for the short time, yeah. Just wanted to get that experience.
Yesterday I talked about Grace Yard, and one thing I didn't say that the gossip about her was she had a boyfriend, and he would drive up in the car. He was a farmer. He would drive up in the car, but not in the front. It was on the side, and he would go in through the back door. That's the one that went into the kitchen, where I thought there would be trap doors, because she was a witch. And anyway, she came across now as being really a human person. She had nothing to do with a witch. You know about Bonnie and Clyde?
Bandits?
They were in my area. It wasn't their gang, but one of the gangs shot, and I was sleeping out in the summer in a blanket, and one of the bullets hit maybe 10 feet from me. And my dad drew a circle around it to point out the fact that,
those are risky times then.
I didn't wake up, and neither did my parents.
Oh, you didn't wake up?
No, not yet. Well, that's about the main thing.
Maybe we could talk more on